15-year-old girl in a school uniform stabbed to death, allegedly by a 17-year-old boy with a machete on her way to school, 8:30 in the morning. This has, of course, inspired a lot of calls for something to be done about this knife epidemic. And that falls upon the mayor, the London mayor, because he is the Commissioner of Police and Crime. This is his job. Have a listen to and a look at what he had to say to another channel in an interview that I find breathtaking. Breathtaking. It is so banal and wrong and ridiculous. Let's have a listen.
If the Conservatives want to use the murder of a 15-year-old girl as a political football, that's up to them. I'm not willing to play ball. I'm quite clear.
Well, you yourself did blame the government cuts for an increase in knife crime in London in your first answer.
I'm quite clear about the consequences of austerity. I've been campaigning since 2016 to end austerity, to invest in not just the police and the criminal justice system, but to invest in young people, in youth workers, in teachers, in schools, in mentors.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, Rebecca. In what way have the Conservatives been using this appalling tragedy as a political football? In what way? And why is he talking about the Tories and austerity? A child has died on the streets of his city and he's playing politics with it. He's the one who's playing politics, blaming the Conservatives. Absolutely extraordinary, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, this is a guy that is absolutely shameless when it comes to these kind of PR techniques of just sort of, you know, presenting something as a fact which hasn't even happened. His priority from day one has never been to do anything about the knife crime epidemic in London. And as you say, this is an absolute tragedy. This is taking it to new depths, isn't it? When you see a 15-year-old schoolgirl on her way to school, cut down in the prime of her life because her friend rejected the roses from some boy or something, you know, some ridiculous, you know, excuse for why her life has been cut short. And for Sadiq Khan to try and turn this into something about, oh, well, the Tories. I mean, it's as bad as Nicola Sturgeon, isn't it? It's those are horrible Tories. It's their fault. No, you take some ownership and present what your plans are, Mr. Khan, as to what you're going to do to deal with this problem, because it's a very real problem. And, you know, you've got a very upset family there and concerned families across London that this is not being dealt with.
16 kids been stabbed to death since January this year. This is a big problem, and all he drones on about is clean air. As I said in my opening monologue, that poor girl who's been named today, she will never get to breathe the clean air that he never stops talking about. He needs to seriously, very quickly recalibrate his priorities, does he not?